Well, welcome to my channel once again. My name is always Ojem Solomon. Today, I'm here with Mr. Philip Sowa. He's a Ghanaian musician, and you can call him DrumPIPO. That is what each and everyone knows in South Africa. So we are going to have a conversation with him. But don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And then continue logging into our website, thepressradio.com. My name is still Ojem Solomon. Let me welcome him. Mr. Philip, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. It's been a while. I've been
Beautiful.
following you since I think 2019 or so. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
2019. Yeah, since 2019, I've been
Oh
following
wow.
you. Yeah,
Wow.
and I've seen the great job you're doing in South Africa
I'm
as a
humbled.
Ghanaian.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Okay. I'll be asking you this before we start all the conversation. Why music scene, but not the other things that Ghanaians are doing in South Africa?
That's a good question. That's a beautiful question. You know, if you are Ghanaian, you know this proverb that says that all the hands are not equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some were given gifts, some were given, you know, other
Mm,
things, various gifts actually. So
yeah.
what I was given wasn't when you say the other things, I'm assuming, things like
You
um
know, most of the Ghanaians are actually working at a hair salon. Most of the
yeah.
Ghanaians, I can say 98% of Ghanaians are having doing a salon business in South Africa. But all of a sudden, I find out that, oh, there is a Ghanaian in South Africa who is a musician, and it's not like he's trying his best. He's doing actually music in South Africa, where I see you in, I think it's ENCA TV that you were
Okay.
playing a show there and other
Yeah.
platforms. Then I
Yeah.
was like, wow, so it's not only me who is into the entertainment scene or into the media
That's
scene.
mm.
Yeah, so
Well,
that's why I'm asking you why.
if you give me your hair, I can cut, but I wouldn't call
Okay,
myself a barber or a hairdresser, you know.
okay,
So yeah, it doesn't mean I have to do that. Not everything that we can do we really have to do it.
yes,
I have been doing music since I was 9 years old.
wow,
I
yeah,
knew that's what I wanted to do. Right now,
yeah,
I do more than music. I do a lot more in the music in the
okay,
entertainment industry. I have my
okay,
own TV shows and all those things that I
okay,
do. And
mm,
I also do a lot of video production and things like that for other artists and all that. So it's not just
okay.
the music that I do, but I basically do a lot in the entertainment
Okay.
industry at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so you just said that you started music when you were 9 years old. So why not Ghana but South Africa?
Well, I studied it in Ghana. I studied in
Okay,
Ghana, so I attended University of Education, Winneba, which I majored in music. So that's
okay,
where I studied music, and then right after school, I relocated to South Africa, to broaden my horizon. So basically, I
okay.
wanted to also tap into um, you know the industry here and learn
Okay.
and also
Mhm.
influence it in my own small way. So that's how it got me here.
Okay. So it's like you came to South Africa with a contract, or you just came to South Africa to visit, and then you took that opportunity to, further your music here.
So my story is a little bit different. My
Okay.
brother used to come here a lot. He is a pastor. He preaches in churches and all that. And then he met a lady who has a music production company. She needed a sound engineer,
Okay.
and I am a sound engineer as well. So
Okay.
my brother asked me whether I'm interested, whether I want to take up the offer, and I said, yeah, no, why not?
Mm.
So I actually arrived on Thursday,
Okay.
and Monday I was in the office. I was working already.
Wow. Wow. That was
Yeah,
when?
this was 2008. No,
Wow.
this was 2007 October.
2007. That was
Oh,
when I completed JHS,
oh, I see.
which
So
means
that was
you've been here for long.
yes, that was 2007 October. But the story only began then. I worked for 3 months without pay, and I had to
Yeah.
quit that, job, and then the real life
Right.
begins. So I think that's
Wow.
where some people go into the hairdressing and all those things. But I kept what I was born to do. I kept it. I kept it.
Wow. My situation,
Yeah.
I came to South Africa on 2014 November. And then when I arrived in South Africa, I wanted to still continue with my journalism journey because I was working at Otek FM. So when I came here, I know that I'm coming to work in one of the radio stations. Actually, I wanted to work at Channel O, but I didn't get
Oh,
it. Yeah, I didn't get it. So there is a guy that was here, was my friend, and he told me, you have to learn how to cut, you have to learn how to do dreadlocks. So I started doing it, and later on I quit again and continue. So what is the challenge in the music scene in South Africa as a foreign
for me,
national? Yeah, for you.
well, there are people who will focus on the challenges, but I think that we look at things in different ways. I would see it as an opportunity instead of
Mm,
a challenge. If I try to
okay.
open the door and you block me, then I'll go next door.
Okay. And
So
walk.
yeah, so that's how I carry life. I don't like to look at challenges. I like to see it as an opportunity to try next door.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
and I
see.
think that's a better way of looking at life because nobody owes you anything. You know,
Yeah.
that thing of entitlement where people think that because I know how to do this, I should be given the
Mhm.
opportunity. It's
Yeah.
wrong mindset. You should be
No.
able um, to push through, whether the doors are opening or they are closing. Try the next one.
So
So for
like
me, it's
it took you how long to come to limelight in South Africa? Because now I can see you are on the limelight. So it
okay.
took you like
So
how long?
I think I started doing big gigs 2008. So I came 2007,
And the
and
following
then
year?
2008 I was already doing shows for, I mean, ANC. That by then Jacob Zuma was, the youth league president. We were doing personal gigs for him. We were doing
So,
a
so
whole
what
lot
is
of.
this? What is the secret behind this? Because as a foreign national, you just came to the country. The following year, everything was going well for you.
Oh, there's a part that you missed where I said that I only worked for 3 months when I came through. So from
Oh
three
yeah, yeah.
months to the following year, in between that, it felt like 10 years because that's where the actual
It was
struggle
very hard.
is.
Yeah,
Yes, where, you know, um, the West comes in.
yeah. You thought of going back home.
I never thought of going back home. I never thought of
Okay.
it. Yeah, I fought through it, because if you come and it's not good and you go back home, the people behind you that are also trying to come through
Hmm.
and looking at you, how do you motivate them? You know what I mean? So, um,
Understand.
my story is a lot. If I want to tell you, I don't think we'll even finish now. But what happened is how I got my first break was I it was through church. So I was playing
Oh,
in a church and I had a young guy that was shadowing me. I was teaching him, and
okay.
he had a cousin who is a bass player in Polokwane.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and then the bass player basically plays for all the big artists in Polokwane. So he
Oh,
brought him to church, and I played with him, and he loved the way I played. So
okay.
um, there was one artist that he worked with, and the drummer wasn't behaving that day. They
Oh,
had a gig, and that
mm,
gig was a big gig. So they called me through, and these were songs I've never heard. I am new to it. But I got there, and because I studied music, I took a pen and a paper, and I wrote down everything. I scored the music. We rehearsed
mm,
once. We didn't have enough time. The following morning, we were on our way to Durban already for a gig.
okay.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
So got there, I nailed it from Durban. It was a Friday gig. We got back, and the day we got back, which was Saturday, I was already playing with her the same songs at Mapungube Jazz Festival, which was like 40,000 people, you know, and and it grew from there and there. 2009, we had a tour to the US with the same artist. We
Wow.
went, we toured, we came back, and it was like that. It was like
Okay.
that. So things started unfolding from there.
Okay. So is there
Yeah.
is there any time that you thought of going to the States? Like you've been there before, you had the visa, and then you returned to South Africa. Were you thinking of can I go to the States? Like,
I think this is where some of my brothers, my Ghanaian brothers, don't understand me.
yeah,
It's not the time I've been to the States. I've been to the States and been to the States, and sometimes they give you 5 years visa, and you
yeah,
you go and you come, you go and you come, and it's not everybody who wants to live in the States.
yeah.
It's not everybody. I love Africa. I don't want to be too far from home. Um,
Mm.
I want to visit and tour the world, go everywhere, but I want to live in Africa. That's me.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
great. And uh okay, so when did you started your own company? Like your
So
own.
in 2009, I registered DrumPIPO Music Production and Promotion. I registered a company. The aim of the company is to produce musicians, to promote musicians and music, do
Mm,
video production, sound rentals, all those things. I registered the company, but I had nothing for the company. So it was
you
just a
just
leap of
registered.
faith. Yeah, it was just a leap of faith. And then gradually, things begin to fall apart, fall together, all come together.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I got equipment, I got, the skill for video production, I got some experience, I got, working with people here and there, and then we built Drum People.
Wow. Wow. That's great experience. Is there any time that you think of returning back to Ghana and set up a business there or anything
Oh,
else?
I,
Since
I,
you came like 2007 to now, there
mm,
were xenophobic attack and other things. So were
mm.
you coping or
Well, I have set up a business in Ghana.
oh, okay,
Yeah, I
but
have
not
set up a
returning
business.
to Ghana?
No, I have my family here, so I actually got back from Ghana a week ago or a week
Okay,
and a half ago, somewhere there. I was there for like a whole month, monitoring my
okay.
business, and I do go home very often to make sure that
So
every,
so are you doing music in Ghana? Like is it a music business or like
oh,
a
it's
production?
totally different. It's agricultural sector.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Agriculture is very great. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
sometimes people think that, once you're in music, you should stay in music and die in music. But uh, it's not the case. And music industry has changed a lot. After COVID, it has not recovered. It has not been the same again. And if you're smart enough, you'll be able to know and notice it that, look, this thing has taken another turn, and
Mm.
you need a backbone. You need to put some things in place so that your life can run smoothly.
Wow. So, what are the common challenges that you normally face as a foreign national in South Africa in the music industry, actually?
I think we all know the norm. People feel like they're entitled to have the first place
Yeah,
in their country. You know, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. But when the thing becomes a fight, when it becomes like even when you don't deserve it, you want it, then it becomes questionable. But um, I don't like to depend on anybody. I don't want to feel like um, I I I have to I have to have what belongs to somebody. If it's yours and you deserve it, let it come to you.
yeah,
You know, because mine is on the way. And look, my brother, there's one
yeah.
thing here.
Mm.
The thing is, a lot of people are copying other people.
Okay. Yeah.
When you copy somebody, you don't become original. You don't own it. Anybody can try and be like you. But if you are the
Yes.
original, you stay the original. That
Yeah.
is why my music is very different from all the Ghanaian artists that are here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
kind of music that
It's
they are doing is mine is different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different because I am the original. I have been taught in school how to
Okay.
interpret music. It is my duty to
Mm.
take it and translate it in my own voice and in
Mm.
my own way, and that's exactly what I'm doing with my music. So if you play my music, you will sound like me. There's no
Mm.
way that you will be the original of my music,
Yes.
Yeah, so I think people are copying people too much. And when you are original, what belongs to you will come to you.
To you straight. Yeah.
Yes, because if somebody wants your sound and your feel, they cannot go and give it to anybody. If even the person lobbies their way in, they will still
Yeah.
come to you because you are the original. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So authenticity is the key. And when once you stand out and you're original, people will copy you. People will want to sound like you. People want to imitate you. But
Imitate you.
when you come out and you perform, you always the difference is always there. The difference is always there.
All right. So, is there any time that the community stood against you? Like, no, who is this guy? He says he's not from South Africa, but he's getting a gigs and other stuff, like demonstrating against you.
Oh, I've had my own session band members form
Okay.
against me, and
Oh,
fight for certain shows because they want their friends to get in. But
okay.
we do things differently behind the scenes. You know, it's not only about playing music and working with other artists and stuff. You can see me working with other artists, but we have built relationships all over the years that you don't know about. And when you
Yes.
come through and you want to um, just
Just
confuse things
confused. Yeah.
because you want to bring people in, it will not work because I know how to network. So I build relationships. I know how to connect with people. I know how to travel and bring somebody a small gift and say, "Guy, I just thought about you when I saw this thing. I know it's gonna look good on you. Put it on."
Mm.
And that will cement the relationship that we have. That next time when somebody comes through and say, "No, look at this guy. He doesn't deserve it. I deserve it better." He remembers that outfit and he says, "No, this is a brother. You are just coming to. you know, destroy the relationship. And it doesn't work because I built a network.
And network. Okay. So how do you deal with those guys if you find out that no, this is your group member and that person is standing against you or fighting against you?
If you're smart enough, you know that you don't physically fight them. You advise yourself by knowing what to say to them. You talk less and you listen more.
Yeah,
And when you use that strategy, you can hear when they hate you or when they have, you know, something
something
against you,
against.
your speech, you can hear it. And then you step back. You know how to communicate with them. You know how to. It's dangerous when you don't know who your opposition is or who your enemy is. But it's an advantage when you know who your enemy is and you know
Mm.
how they fight.
Wow, that's great. So why do you choose jazz instead of other genres? Because I know jazz is for the white people. White people usually do jazz, but as a black person, you can go for dancehall or other genres. So why
I think
jazz?
jazz started with black people. Jazz started with the slaves. You know, um, sorry. So jazz is the origin of jazz is black. It's not even with the whites at all. It's just that sometimes um, we are original.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
the
like
whites are dominating.
I don't like the racial thing. I think it's more personal than it
Yeah.
being black and white. Because there are very good black people. There are very bad black people. There
Black
are
people.
very good white people. There are very
Mm,
bad white people, and so is all the races. So it's more of individual differences than the racial thing. I've seen um, white bands that
mm,
are are not good with rock music, for example,
yeah.
and black bands that are playing rock music, and you ask yourself, what is going on here? So it's not really the race. I think it's more of the um, of of individual differences, like I said.
Individual differences.
Yeah, and I just fell in love with jazz when I was in school. I love that you can interpret it in your own way. You can put how you feel on the music, and nobody will judge you for it because that's how you feel at that point. Nobody
Mm,
can say, "Why did you play that chord here?" or "Why did you play that arpeggio or improvisation here? Why did you do that?" That's what you feel at that point. And jazz allows you the room for you to be able to um, be yourself.
wow. So let's talk about music rights. Music rights in South Africa and then Ghana. If you compare, which one is better
Uh,
on
that thing
receiving
is a
royalties and other stuff?
yeah, it's a system. It's a system, and Ghana doesn't really support that system. They've made everything political. So,
Okay.
for example, if you play your music on the radio,
Mm,
you don't get royalties out of it.
yes.
Rather, before they play your music, you have to go and pay payola.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so you have to go
You
and
have to
pay
do.
some your music to be played. Whereas here, when your music is played, you are paid for that. So obviously the system here supports musicians more than in Ghana.
Okay. So I've seen that you
Yeah.
have registered in Musica, and then I hope you have already also registered in South African too. So between the two, where have you received enough funds? I mean, enough royalties? Because since
Uh,
you are under Royal Musica, they
mhm.
have to give you something every year.
Musica doesn't really pay. Musica doesn't pay actually. It's Gamro that
Okay.
pays. Yeah, but um, look, it doesn't. I take my royalties here, so I take my
Or you take
royalties.
everything.
Yeah, not with musical
not musical
or
organ.
yeah.
Or okay. So, what will you tell Ghanaian musicians in South Africa who are also underground?
They should keep working. They should keep working, and they need a backbone because the craft is such that when your mind is at ease, that's when you are able to think better and put out your best. You know, don't stop working, keep on working, but have a backbone. Don't be hungry in the music. That's a deep statement. Don't don't do music because you're hungry. Then
Because
you will
yeah,
start
because you need money.
backbiting each other, and things like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, just make sure that you are relaxed enough so that you can give out your best.
So, have you thought of assisting or helping some of the Ghanaian musicians in South Africa?
Yeah, yeah. No, I've had a lot of meetings with a lot of them. Some of them will have like big shows upcoming, and they'll call me, advise. I give them contacts. I direct them the right way to register their music to be able to get royalties, things like that. I connect them with the right people. Um, I remember this year, one
Mm,
of the guys came to me. We had a meeting together with his manager, and there was a
okay,
tour in Paris, and I
okay,
recommended I recommended him, and they took him. You know,
okay.
yeah. So we do link each other up. It's not a personal thing. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
have to do it all alone. If there's somebody, a brother there who is
Yeah,
looking for an opportunity or a contact, why hold it back when you can give him? You
yeah.
know, yeah. So we are brothers, and that's what we do.
Okay. So, are you planning to sign any Ghanaian musician to your production?
No, and the reason is because I always say that musicians are a different breed of people. They speak a different language, even though they can speak English, Tree,
Mm,
whatever
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to speak. The actual um, attitude of musicians is a language on
Mm,
its own. And if you don't understand it, you will crash. Because when a musician is hungry and
mm,
he does a gig or a show, and you tell him that this is a promotional show for your music to
mm,
be heard,
yeah.
they don't understand that phrase. They don't understand it, because they
Wow.
are thinking, what will I eat when I get home? You are saying I
When
should
I get,
come and perform for,
mm,
for example, the High Commissioner of Qatar. I should
yeah,
come and perform my music for free. Why should I do that? They don't understand all those things that um,
yeah,
you need exposure. People don't know your music, and right now there are so many people on the planet Earth, more than it has ever been.
yeah.
So
Doing music, yeah.
everybody is trying to find a space on Earth. There are billions and billions of musicians. Hence billions and billions of music all over. Now, if somebody has to listen to yours, give them a reason to love it and pay attention to it. Because people
Mm,
don't have attention anymore. The attention span of people is very short.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, very, very short. So, if you have 2 seconds, shoot your shot, your best shot, and go because you don't know who is listening at that point. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how I perceive the world.
Okay. So, have you ever encountered a problem with the Ghanaian community concerning your craft?
I won't say it's a problem because it's
Okay.
their point of view. Everybody is allowed to have their point of view. You know, but I understand what you're asking me, so I'll say yes. I don't
Okay.
want to mention names. I don't want to point fingers, but it's a journey, and sometimes you learn from it. Sometimes you don't even have to focus on it at all because it doesn't matter. It's not gonna make any difference in your life.
Mm.
So there are people who are really crazy about what I do, and there are people who also think it's not their style.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is fine because um, I don't want to feed everybody. I want to feed
Mm.
selective people.
People.
So yeah, so when those people realize that this is mine, I love this, and they want it, they are diehard fans.
Okay, so is there any day or time that you had a gig somewhere and there was a Ghanaian promoter or a Ghanaian individual who just went there, backbite you, and took the gig from you?
No, I haven't had that, and the reason is because, like I said, my music is very authentic, very unique. I don't sound like a Ghanaian artist, and I don't sound
Mm.
like a South African
South
artist.
African artist.
I'm in between and a fusion of the two. So it's difficult to pinpoint, and do harm to it
Yeah,
because it's not something that um, you can define.
yeah,
Yeah,
I understand.
it comes from experience and deep within. So it's very difficult for you to go and backbite and do all those things. But if they have done any of that thing, which I don't know about, um, it didn't do anything much to me.
Okay. So have you also rejected Ghanaian gigs before?
Oh yes, yes.
Why?
Even last year,
Mhm.
because number one, so when they asked me to send, um, like,
Invoice, quotation.
not even the invoice to start with, but like my technical rider and stuff, I sent my technical rider, and I
Okay.
want things to be put in a certain way so that I can be able to perform in full. Because, um, like I said, it's unique. Like I have my own custom made drum kit, which I
Mm.
like to use at my shows. So
Okay.
if I cannot use it, then I need certain specs to be able to be comfortable to produce what I need to produce to the people. I am very selective when it comes to performance, and the main reason why I said no is because um, I knew what was given for the entire event,
Okay.
and to hear that we don't have budget, we don't have much budget, our budget is squeezed for this, we cannot give this amount, we cannot, and the negotiation becomes a little bit of
Mm.
a drag. I just
Yeah.
let it go. You know what? Use the guys that will do it and
Mm.
understand that language. But for me, it's a live band. I perform with South Africans who do not understand. We don't have budget. We don't have,
Yeah.
they understand that. If it's only me, it's a different case.
Mm.
But I have people who have families and they need to feed them. So I refused it. I turned it down.
So what was that program? I mean, the event.
Um, I don't think I should mention it,
No,
but
you
it's
can mention. Is it Ghana Fest? Is that Ghana Fest or any other?
it's an event that all the Ghanaians know about. But
What? It's Ghana Fest or it's Ofieni Fie?
one of those events.
So which one?
Oh, it's one of those events, one of those
Which
big
one?
events
Ghana
that
Fest.
that I don't want to mention it.
No,
I
because
don't
I
want
know
to.
most of the I know most of the Ghanaian artists who are performing at Ghana Fest nowadays. They are complaining that no If you go there, they are not giving you attention. Two, they are not giving you some, local fuel for transportation and other stuff. So now people are pulling up, like they are pulling back. They don't want to, go to that show anymore and perform. That is why I'm asking you: is it Ghana Fest? Because we all know that Ghana Fest is about 1 million rands budget, and then when you go and you don't even get 1,000 or 2,000 rands, it's gonna be a problem for the artist. Like you were
You
saying,
know,
you know the budget.
yeah, I think um it's a matter of agreeing to do it or not,
Mm,
because they will tell you that, look, we don't have budget. It's not like
yeah,
they deceive you and say, come and do it, and
and then
then when
later,
you're done, you
yeah,
submit your invoice and they say, no, we cannot give you 50,000, we can only give you 2,000 because we don't
yeah,
have budget.
yeah,
But they tell you upfront, which is good. It's not a problem if they say, okay, we don't have budget, but let's talk, you know.
mm,
And if it works for you, you go and do it. If it doesn't work for you, you just turn it down, like I did,
yeah, like
you
you
know.
did, yeah.
Yeah. So I believe it's communication.
Okay, so which means it was Ghana Fest.
It's one of
It was Ghana Fest.
well, it's
Mhm.
one of those good.
Okay, so is it once or twice or like
It was
continuously?
twice. It was twice. Yeah.
It was twice. It was
It
last
was
year and then this year.
No, 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 no. This year, I didn't.
Receive anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay, that's great. So I think you are a Ghanaian. So why is it that when it comes to that you don't consider?
Um, I think what we have to look at is that you need to, if people know what you can do,
Mm,
which you make it very clear and very simple for people to understand that this is what I can do, this is what I do, this is how I do it, I'm the best at what I do. You don't have to chase after people too much,
mm,
because that chasing game, it makes you lose a little bit of value.
right, yeah.
I believe that if people know what you can do, they will contact you if they need you. If they think that, okay, there's nobody that is best suitable for this, they will call you. You
Okay.
know,
So
yeah.
aside Ghana Fest, have you ever performed in any Ghanaian event before?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've performed at, is it Miss Ghana or whatever in
Okay.
Santon?
Miss
Yeah,
Ghan.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. I've done. Then there's another one we did at the Santon Convention Center.
Okay.
It's been a while. I don't remember the actual event. I've also performed at Ghana Fest. I've
Oh, you have
performed at
also
Ghana.
performed at Ghana Fest before.
Yeah, yes,
Oh, oh, that's great.
yeah.
And you didn't face that problem, that challenges that other people are saying, the other musicians are saying.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't. We had a smooth talk. That's why I'm saying it's all, related with the talking,
Oh.
how you negotiate with them and all that. I had a smooth understanding with them, and I performed.
So are you planning to organize your own event in South Africa, like a Ghanaian event in South Africa?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Ghanaian event because it's not only Ghanaians that are here, it's mostly South Africans. And
South
one of the things
Africans.
that I get a lot is that people say, I don't relate much with the Ghanaians. I'm always, hanging out with the South Africans. I'm doing shows with them and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, I think it's an intentional thing, because we
Okay.
live in South Africa. So the greater population are South Africans. You
Mm,
know, if I need to do a show for the Ghanaian community and all that, like you said, most of them are doing the saloon work and things like that. They don't
mm,
even have time
time
for
for
shows and to go out to mingle and all that.
mm,
So it has to be planned around them specifically uh,
their
regarding their time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to go through that. I just want to do my show, get it done and dusted. So um, I look at the general target, you know, instead of
Okay.
focusing only on the Ghanaians and how many people are gonna be there and um, things like that. You know.
So, what was your biggest gig that you experienced this gig and you find out that no, now you are there?
Well, every show is different.
Mm,
Somebody will say the biggest gig is the number of people that attended, or
mm.
somebody will say the biggest gig was when I
The
had
number. Yeah.
the crowd more
Yeah.
intimate. Everybody understood me, or whatever. I have played for, like I said, big crowds, 40,000 people, things like that. I've also played for small crowds where you feel more happy. When you're done performing, you feel like, wow, I've given
Yeah.
myself out there, you know, more than a big stage where you don't see who is standing right there and looking
Yeah.
at you. And then, you
Yeah.
know, so it depends. It depends. But for me, music, they say that music is created for the listener, and the
Yeah.
first listener is yourself. So if I'm performing right on stage, I'm the first listener. I should be able to feel it and enjoy it and then pass it on to the person who is watching or listening, as well. And when I'm able to connect with them on the gig, then I'm more fulfilled. The job is
Wow.
done properly. Yeah.
Wow. So aside ANC, have you ever performed to any dignitaries before? Like let's say a president, MP, or a mayor, just one-on-one performance. Let's say a birthday of a president or any dignitary in South Africa before.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the 2009 the show we did in Chicago
Okay.
was for the South African Embassy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was for the South African Embassy in Chicago. So it was all dignitaries and ambassadors and things like that,
Yeah.
and yeah, and stuff.
So how was the feeling like? Because you started like 2007, 2008. You came to the limelight, and then in 2009 you went to Chicago performing to dignitaries. How was the feeling?
Well, look, around the time we went, it was really, really cold. So for me, um, we stayed for like 2 weeks. We performed for um, you know some music schools, and we did a bit of tour around Ohio and all
Oh,
those places. you know, and
okay.
then we did that main gig, which was for the ambassador before we left. I think it was a nice tour. It was my first time in the US. I was excited. Um, I made some connections with new people, things like that. So just network like we always do.
Wow. Okay. So, if I may ask, are you married in South Africa, and is the person a South African, Ghanaian, or you just chose to take someone from the United States and get married to that person?
No, no, I'm married to a South African. I'm married to a
South
South African.
African, white,
Yeah,
Indian, or black, colored?
she's white.
Oh yeah, I can see that's why you are focusing on the jazz, because I really know the white people they like jazz.
No, not really. I think I was doing it before we met. I was doing it way before we met, and
Oh, wow.
for me, the skin color doesn't really matter much. It's the person inside.
No,
Yeah,
okay. Wow. So let me take you back to Ghana. Uh, you are from where actually in Ghana?
I'm from Accra. I was born in Teshin, so I
Teshi.
grew up in Teshin. Yeah, I grew up in Teshin, and then I went to Winneba, all that. Then my mom is from Volta, and my father is from Teshin.
Oh,
So 50-50. I'm a hybrid.
oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much for having a time for us. We will thank you because we know the level that you are. But when we contacted you, you didn't even ask whether we have 1 million followers or we have what. You just, and this is the second time that we phoned you. Past 3 years when we called you, same time you just say no, there's no problem, you can have it. We couldn't have it. And then this year, last month, I phoned you again. You just said no, there's no problem. Then I said, oh, okay, wow. Because there are even some of the Ghanaian musicians who are underground, but
Mm.
if you call them, they even ask for money before the interview, so you have to just run away from them. But for you, you have everything. You don't need, like, you are already exposed. You don't need any exposure anymore, like, to show people that no, you are also there. People already knows you, but you just accepted us. And why do you do that? After thanking you, why do you do that?
Um, Look, they said no man is an island, so
Mm,
um, we need each other. Whether
mm,
somebody is so big,
yeah.
they started somewhere, you know. So
Yes.
I don't know where I will encounter you tomorrow, where
Mm,
you will be the guy that will say one word,
yeah.
and that door will be open. So
Yes.
people need people. We need each other.
Mm,
You cannot be so coiled in and say that um, I have
I'm
it
there.
all. I
So
know it all.
yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that. You
Mm,
know. Yeah.
wow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming to
No,
our show.
it's a
Yeah.
pleasure, man. Pleasure.
All
Thank you
right.
so much for having me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye bye.